Hey guys, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see how we can select data from data frame. We are going to see what is a column and index in data frame, how we can select a single column and multiple columns, and what are the logs and ilog function. So let's get start with the basic import pointer, that's PD. Now we are going to consider a dictionary where we have a student name and the mark obtained by each student in 4 subject. So this is our dictionary called student marks. Now let's go ahead and create a data frame, and if you look at the content of data frame, a data frame look like this. So these are the row indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, and Alex, Dennis, these are all the column indexes. So now if you had to separately, so this is a command, if you had to find out what are the indexes for the data frame, so you could just find out with df indexes. Now imagine in this case, now imagine if you have a big data frame, so it won't be possible for you just by looking at the data frame what are the row indexes. So using the index command, you could just list down all the indexes on the data frame. So just let's go ahead and explore how the output of this indexes. So the range, it shows like a range index start with a 0 stopping at 4, and step is equal to 1. That step is equal to 1 means it is every time it is incremented by 1. So it is starting from 0, and we have total 4 indexes, and every time the index is incremented by 1. Now exactly similar to the indexes, if we had to find out what are the columns in data frame, we could do this using columns. Now this will list down all the columns in your data frame. So if you look at the output of this df dot columns, it is displaying all the columns of your data frame. Now, if you have experience working on databases like SQL, Sybase, Oracle, you see that there are a select statements. So similar to on the same ground, we could select the data from data frame. So let's go ahead and see how we can select the data from data frame. So the syntax would be your data name of your data frame square bracket, and you could just put name of your column, and this should give us a single a data of single column from your data frame. Now please note, in this case, if you had to select data from data frame, you are passing a list, right? And if you are selecting a single column from data frame, it will return a series. Now suppose if you had to select multiple columns, you could just pass multiple columns, but in that case you had to use a list of lists, something similar to this. And if you are selecting a multiple column from data frame, it should return a data frame, unlike when you select a single column from database, it return a series. So this is a difference, a fundamental difference when you select a single column and a multiple columns from the data frame. Now there is a formal way of selecting a data from a data frame. Instead of putting this a static columns name, we could use log and ilog functions. So ilog stand for index, and then you specify your range of row index or column index. So let's go ahead and try with one example, df dot ilog. So with the ilog functions, that is index. So that means you could access the data from a data frame using a row index and a column index. So the syntax on high level, it will look like this. Say row index and say comma column index. So if you look at the data frame, so data frame has an index like 0, 1, 2, 3, and columns. They are labeled as Alex, Dennis, and say Charles, Lewis, and Loings. However, internally, you could also access the data using an index as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, similar to the row index. So with the ilogs function, you could just access the data using a row indexes or column index. So let's go ahead and see if I wanted to say access the data at row number 0 and column number 1. So they should give me a output as 3. Let's validate this. So row number 0 and column number 1 would print me a 3. Now let's try the same thing with a log function. 0 element at row number 0 and element at column index 1, which is a Dennis. Now this will throw us an error because when you are using a log function, it doesn't work with the indexes. It doesn't work, I'll repeat it, it doesn't work with the indexes for the column. You need to specify for the columns and row. Now in this case, your rows are labeled as 0, 1, 2, 3, and your columns are labeled as Alex and Dennis with some string values. So specifying row index with 0 is fine because they are already labeled as 0. However, if you had to access a column, they are labeled as some string, so you actually need to use a string. Now in this case, it will print the data of say first row and a column Alex. Now just to prove my point, as I said, you need to specify a label here. Now in this case the label is 0, so we could specify 0. So let's go ahead and try and changing this row index instead of 0, 1 to some string value. We could do this using row index. So as I seen earlier, this should return my indexes. We could just set the new value and a new value, and then we can say update index to some new label, A, B, C, D, for example. Yeah. So now if you look at this data frame, the row indexes, they are renamed to, they are updated to some string value. Now if you try the same log function, it won't work. The reason being, now the row label, they are updated to some string value, and your string you are trying to access with a 0, which log doesn't accept. So you need to use a string actual label for your row and columns with the log function. Now let's try this. Now please note, if you use a ilog function in the same case, it will still work, because ilog function is designed to work on a row indexes and a column indexes. However, the log function is designed to work on row labels and column labels. So this is a fundamental difference between log and ilog. So if you see I, that is ilog, that means it should always use a row index and a column index. However, in case of log function, we could use a label, so the actual labels of your rows and a column. Now let's try say a few more example. We could also try a range, which means we could also specify that I would like to get, say, all the rows from 0 to 1, and say all the columns from 0 to say 2, right? So that means we are selecting all the rows from column number 0, from row number 0 to row number 1, and from column 0 to column 2. So please note, this higher bound is always exclusive. So what I mean is, from this is a row number 0, this is row number 1. However, row number 1 is not being displayed because it is excluded from excluded in this case. And exactly same way, we say column number 0, which is Alex, and column number 1 Dennis, and column number 2 is a Charlie. But however, this Charlie is not being displayed here, which means this upper bound is always exclusive when you use log and ilog functions. I think that's all for today's session. Thank you so much for watching.